As some of you may know, I stream. Streaming can get difficult from time to time, especially if you have prior commitments. In my case, I'm also a student and a part-time employee. That being said, trying to pump out content and keep things fresh can get quite difficult. However, when I feel low and beaten down, I think of a story that was told to me when I was a young boy about a lonely cowboy. This lonely cowboy would search high and low and cross vast expanses just to try to quell his loneliness. This is a story of strength, even stronger emotion, and even tougher skin. Please enjoy the Ballad of Festus Fry. For the purposes of this story, I'll be narrating in a cowboy accent. But our story starts off with Festus and his dumb grin. He had a smile on his face every damn day, doesn't matter what situation he was in. And his horse, don't get me started on old Silver. He loved that doggone horse more than his right hand. And believe me, he loved his right hand. You see, Festus ain't have it too good growing up. When he was born, he was the youngest of 3 kids. His mother looked him dead in his eyes and said, "You ain't no child of mine, Festus Fry." From that moment on, Festus was a traveling man. No matter where he went, he took Silver Bullet. By the way, Silver Bullet is 34 years old because he has been around the same amount of time as Festus. Hey, but that's besides the point. Back to the story. When the clones received their order, they turned their blasters towards the Jedi and killed them, fulfilling the wishes of Chancellor Palpatine and setting in motion the new galactic empire. Wrong story? Oh shit. Many say Festus was like the wind, because he would always break it. You see, the thing about Festus is that he never likes to stay in one place. He goes to a town, checks the shops, and leaves the same day. Now, one can assume that he's running from something. His loneliness? I don't know. But let me tell you this. Festus will never give up. Festus ain't truly never had no home. That sounds like a double negative, so I guess that cancels out. What I mean to say is that he never had a place to go. I guess that too is a double negative. What I'm trying to say is, he ain't sleep inside. He's just a wanderer. And let me tell you, that life gets real lonely after a while. Festus being 34 years old, I ain't even seen him in about forever. You may see a tree that kind of looks like one, but let me tell you, he's a real lonely man. Regardless of being raised without a family, he sure knows how to take care of himself. When he gets dirty, he walks into the lakes, doesn't really wash his face, just walks in and walks right out. But at least it's the thought that counts. You see, Festus very rarely got the chance to get his much needed R&R. Whenever he did get the chance, he liked to stare at the flames in a fire pit and cast spells onto his enemies. Oh, and tell ghost stories. How could I forget about that? But what was routine after every single fire sit, you ask? Well, Festus would stand up and he'd do a little victory jig because he lived another day. You see, Festus's journeys have brought him many places. His travels have taken him to deserts, snowy areas, swamps, and many more. But one thing that Festus would always do, whenever he saw a cemetery, he'd have to go inside and show his respect to everybody that had lost their lives. I've only briefly touched on the life of Festus Fry, and when I say things get better, they really do get better. His life goes from being lonely to one that could be comparable to a parable that involves the strength, determination, and a sense of hope. But until then, Mr. Festus, wipe that dumbass smirk off your face and keep riding, son of a bitch. Keep riding.